Welcome back to week 6 of the summer dress challenge. Now, this week is going to be a bit of a different video. There's something quite serious going on with me at the moment, but I will explain a little bit of that because it does come in relevant to my food, steps and exercise. But what I will show you in this video is my dress check-in as usual and my stats. So I'll go through like my weight, measurements and stuff like that as usual. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something really briefly why week 6 did not go to plan. So that week I've been having really terrible work stress. I've been there 10 years and all of a sudden there has been a few things happen and I'm getting treated very unfairly. Lots of different things are happening and it's all being logged and stuff like that. And I'm at the point where I have had to log a grievance. That's going to be upcoming soon. And let's just say it's a very terrible and stressful time at work. And I mention this because this severely has affected my week. If you go back to, was it last week's video? I was such good energy. It was such a great week. Oh my God, I am so excited with how this is going. I've got some really good updates in this video. And this week has suddenly changed. But in terms of like food, steps and exercise then. Okay, so with food, I'll be completely honest, I have barely eaten through the stress. So I can remember eating a garlic bread baguette, but I had half one night and half the next. One day I had one slice of toast and that was it. I've barely actually drunken any water. So there's nothing to show in terms of food this week because I've barely eaten 500 calories the week, I would say. In terms of steps, so the only reason, so my steps here, I have done 5,000 for the week in total. The only reason I've done that much is because I had to go across the road and help my friend feed her pet while she's away. So if it wasn't for that, I would have done probably like half of that for the week. And if you see my videos, you see I normally do between sort of 25 and 37,000 a week. So yeah, to do that across the whole week is pretty shocking. And then of course I didn't go to the gym because I couldn't leave the house really. I was too stressed and stuff, and my heart rate was rising and I was breathless and all this stuff. So that was that. But in terms of my sleep as well, I'll just share on the screen, I've barely slept as well. So I've had, it says about 4.5 hours or so here, average per night, but I feel like it was even less than that. So yeah, this is the steps, food and exercise update. There literally this week is nothing to show. Now for the dress check-in. Let me know what your thoughts are. Can you notice much difference in the last 6 weeks if you've been watching from the beginning? I feel I have lost quite a bit. I feel it's more like my whole frame is reducing. And I've even had a few comments not this week, but over the last couple of weeks, I've had a few comments that people are noticing I've lost a bit of weight. So that's always a positive, you know, you're going in the right direction. And especially like when you can feel it in yourself, like your jeans are just even looser than they were, or your tops are a bit baggier and you feel a bit more, it's a bit looser, your clothes. So yeah, that's the week 6 dress check-in. In terms of the weight then, scales and weight for the week. So I am actually, let me check here, 85.20 kg. So I have lost about 1.2 kg this week, which is about 2.5 pounds. And I have lost 5 kg in total in the last 6 weeks, which is about 11 pounds. So I've lost just under a stone in the last 6 weeks. So if we look at the last 6 weeks data, if you've been doing this at home as well, it's a good way to track everything and spot any patterns once you start inputting more of this data in. So at the beginning, my weight, it was a little bit iffy. It went up and down and then it did slowly start to drop off each week. And then my belly, I always put the measuring tape around my belly button to do it in the same place each week, but I've lost 4.5 inches in total. And then I've done a bit of walking. I could have probably done more, but I just done what I can and I'm happy with what I did do. And then in total, I've lost 5 kg, which is 11 pounds. So This here, I might actually extend just the login part of it just down the page, because this is how you spot patterns and trends and things like that. So yeah, I'll be interested to know if you have been doing your own sort of tracking like this at home, like what your results are as well, if you've got any dips, any drops, if you've gone back up. It's very interesting to know. So yeah, this is pretty much the last 6 weeks. This is the end of week 6 and the summer dress challenge. So I am going to do a bonus video to make up for week 6. This week didn't go to plan. I couldn't show stuff in the video, so I will do a bonus video to make up for it. And if you are doing this at home, if you've been doing it and you've made great progress, or if you've had any struggles, share it below. I'd be interested to hear, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.